Hey, what's up everyone? It's Amira Crawford and welcome back for our upload. And today we are going to be talking about my theater background. So Megan Khan, Manchester, this is for you. So a bit about my theater background. I started theater when I was in middle school-ish and then did it throughout high school and beyond. I actually had enrolled and got a scholarship for a program when I was in college, started and then decided that theater was something that I really just wanted to do as a passion and not necessarily as a career. So that was where my shift came from. But that being said, theater truly is a very powerful background to have because it does teach you how to present well. It does teach you how to step outside of yourself and kind of see things from a different perspective. And it also teaches you what not to do, right? So we've always seen, I think everyone has seen, a good presenter and somebody who's not so great. And you're kind of, and I'm not saying that person needed to have a theater background, but not everyone is a natural person being in front of a crowd. Now, I can be in front of a whole room of people and do a presentation, doesn't bother me. But if you were to actually do that in my personal life and make me the center of attention, I have a very hard time with that. So I've always found that duality being really interesting. That's just me though. I've told my husband before, if he ever wanted to do a surprise party, that would be my nightmare. So I warned him, so hopefully he doesn't do that. The other thing that theater teaches you is, what your peaks are in terms of how you connect with people and then what your pits are. So a peak of mine was energy, focus, commitment, and putting myself out there. And a pit of mine was learning not to equate energy with speed. So I'm not talking like this and freaking everybody out, because a lot of people do that because they have a lot of energy, but you have to learn to slow down, speak to others. And it really did help me in all of my roles because, as I said before, I've always been client facing. So getting in front of a whole group, that didn't bother me. And I attribute that to my theater background. But again, if I was to do that, even at my own wedding, I had a little bit of a hard time being the center of attention. It was a little overwhelming for me. It was a beautiful wedding. I'm glad I had that. I'm very special to have that. But it was, a little intense for me as a natural introvert to kind of have to be the center of attention and then, talking to everyone. I did get a little bit tired. This is no offense to anyone who came to our wedding, but it's just who I am as a person. It was just a lot for me. But again, going back to theater will train you to be very specific, because especially as you get closer to your show going live or things of that nature and you're doing dress rehearsals, you are really in there and you are in there for the whole night and you're in there for many hours. So it does teach you to be disciplined because you have to learn the craft, you have to learn what your role is, you have to be able to perform well in that role. Very similar to what you do within careers. So again, that did help me, and I wanted to share this because I was asked to share more about my theater background, and it's something that I do love to volunteer for. It's something that I do love to work with youth and at local colleges on, and it did ultimately help me feel very comfortable with presenting. And I would say presenting is something that I love doing, but at the same time, I have to be very careful because I do think that when you love doing something, you don't want to make it into an overused skill to the point that it just becomes a turnoff. So there is a balance, and I think everyone has to find that balance. So that is a little bit about my theater background and something that I hope to get back into at some point in the future. Not right now with a young 1-year-old running around. I have lots of future plans and I kind of have to put them on my own personal roadmap. But I hope this was interesting for you. If you would like to learn more about this, send me a message. And again, as always, I am always here to help you with your career, health, and lifestyle. So please check out Crawford Consulting. And if you need a consult, again, all consults are 20 minutes and they are completely free. And then we can decide what works best for you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.